All right, my name is Bob Pinta, and we're going to go through, I know a lot of people have made tutorials on this, but we're going to go through my version of it. It's got a couple little modifications to it. The first thing is you're going to need two 6-inch by 9-inch pieces of cotton. That's pretty standard for everybody. One thing that I'm a woodworker, and if you've ever had to wear a mask that didn't pinch around your nose, when you breathe out, the water vapor fogs up your glasses. So we're going to put a little piece of wire. I'll take a picture of exactly what this is and put it in the video. So that's a modification. I'm not going to use elastic. I'm going to use this really soft yarn, and we're going to put this on afterwards, and it'll tie above your head and behind your neck. It's a lot more comfortable. If you've ever had anything behind your ear for a while, it ends up hurting. And then the last thing is, this is going to go on the outside, which will eventually, when we flip it around, go on the inside. And what that is it is shopvac vacuum bags. This stuff is designed to filter sawdust out of the air, so it is going to get particles that are much smaller than the cotton by itself. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to have one of these pieces facing up, one of these pieces facing down, and then this is going to go on the outside, the top. And then we're going to pin this together. I'm going to just pin it on either of the four sides, and then we're going to go to the sewing machine.
Go ahead.
All right, so now we left this little part here open so that we can flip it around. Make sure you flip it around in between the two pieces here. Leave this so that when we flip it, that'll now be on the inside. All right, so now we have that. Basically, it's just a bag at this point with the filter sewn into the middle. Now what we do with this is we feed this in, and this is going to end up across the top here. I just kind of move it back and forth until it is approximately centered. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pin it in place. So it is now captured in this seam. And then just so I know where it begins and ends, I just take a pencil or something and just draw at the beginning and the end. Actually, that didn't draw very well. I use yellow. So now what I can do is I can encapsulate that in a seam. So I'm gonna come here, make sure that it's still outside of that. Okay, here, turn, pull this, just to make sure it's nice and tight. So now that can be bent around the nose. Okay. Next, what we need to do is get the pleating that goes all the way across. And while we do that, we're going to make this seam nicer. So we fold this in. And if you take a second and iron this, it'd probably be easier, but we're trying to get these done as quickly as possible. So create a pleat like that. And then I'm going to put a pin in it just so it stays. There. And then symmetrically on the other side. You can see about how much I'm pleating there. And then another one about here. And then this is where that tucking that seam in can be really good. There we go. Actually, let's do it all the way across. It works better. There we go. Here. Put a pin in that one. All right, so now I'm going to start here and go down, over, and up. I already did the top, so I don't need to do that part as much. So start here. Gotta get that pleat under there. Okay, so take these off. We can trim these up nicer in a minute just to get the big stuff off. So now, as of now, you can pinch this around your nose, and it looks like that. So now the last part is to add the ties. So there's a lot of people that have it inside the seam. That takes so long, so much longer for me to pin that and get it right. All I did was I put a knot on this yarn and then I put it in the corner. Then all I'm going to do is drive back and forth over it a bunch of times. And we'll trim the strings up, but now that's secure and on there, and this takes almost no time to do. Two. And done. So now again, clean up all the strings. But this you can bend around. This goes up over. And you can then tie this, and this one you can, there, and then this tight, well, not super tight, around your neck. So now there's that shopvac filter in the middle there. It's comfortable, it's easy to breathe in. And then the fact that it's over your head, you can pull it down when you're in a safe place to talk, and then you can just put it right back up, a little adjustment, and you're ready to go.